10 million more beneficiaries are on the list. Low income, get ready. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to share with you the details of what is actually going on right now and what the reports are now showing as 10 million more beneficiaries are on the list, and I certainly want to bring this to your attention. Now, this does include low-income Americans as well as low-income, fixed-income beneficiaries. A lot of people out there that are going to be affected by this that's going on right now, which is why I'm making such a big deal about this and why I want to bring it to your attention right here in this video. Let's get right into it. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as well as keeping you informed of all of these big changes. As we all completely recognize, it is a very busy, confusing, and uncertain time right now, and again, I want to advocate for you and your benefits as well as everything going on right now. It is a very busy and weird time. Also, do your friends, family, and social media a huge favor. Share this video with them so they can also be aware of what is going on, as this is happening right now and it is affecting a lot of low-income beneficiaries. So again, please subscribe down below. Let's get into it and talk about the details, what the reports are now saying, and how 10 million more people are on their list, and why I want to bring this to your attention. Now, let me throw this out there really quickly. To be 100% fair, yep, I have talked about this before in other videos. However, we continue to get more reports on this. We continue to get more information on this, and the list of people that are adding to this list here is getting bigger and bigger, and this is not necessarily a great situation. I'm making a big deal about this because, according to the reports here, they're finding that 70% of people that are losing benefits as a result of this actually don't even need to be losing benefits. Only 30% of the people that are losing benefits for other reasons that are what I want to share here. So in other words, 70% of people should still be getting benefits, but are losing benefits because of a couple very easy things that can be fixed up, okay? Big things here. All right, so this actually started way back in April of this year, okay? So, a handful of months ago. Here's what's happening. States starting this Medicaid purge, okay, or Medicaid unwinding is what they're calling, okay? This is as a result of the Public Health Emergency Declaration expiration, okay? So remember, back in early 2020, so like 3.5 years ago or whatever it was, for about 3 years of time there was this thing in place called the Public Health Emergency Declaration. It was a nice thing because of everything going on during that time. This was also what was in place for the extra allotment that you were getting from your SNAP benefits. Do you remember that? That also ended back in March of this year, 2023. Okay, well now that this was in place for that 3-year period of time, what happened is they allowed it to expire, okay? So that officially expired in May. However, starting in April, there was a handful of states, 5 states that started this, which was the Medicaid unwinding. So basically what happened during that 3-year period of time is virtually anybody could enroll in Medicaid, and they had this rule in place. Nobody could be unenrolled or nobody could be disallowed Medicaid coverages during the Public Health Emergency Declaration. So a lot of people started enrolling. In fact, the rolls went up to 93 million Americans were enrolled in Medicaid as a result of that, because a lot of people realized, hey, I can't be dropped. Why don't I just enroll and get to take advantage of this, right? Well, as a result of that, starting in April, 5 states started this Medicaid unwinding. In May, more states jumped on. June, same thing, more states. July, almost all of the states. And as of now, all of the states are doing the Medicaid unwinding, okay? What does this mean? It means as of right now, they've only gone through a very small portion of the total 93 million people that are enrolled in Medicaid, and they've already purged, as in taken off, 5 million people off of the Medicaid rolls as of right now, okay? However, 5 million of 93 million might sound like, oh, that's not that many people. Well, it's still not 5 million people that are unenrolled or disenrolled from Medicaid because of this Medicaid unwinding, which, by the way, I want to throw this out there really quickly. I'm specifically talking about Medicaid, not to be mistaken with Medicare, okay? 2 totally different things. We're talking about Medicaid, okay? Just want to make that very clear. Anyway, just want to make sure that there's no miscommunication like, oh wait, I'm losing my Medicare? No, not Medicare, Medicaid, okay? Anyway, I think that's very clear now, okay? So just want to make it obvious, okay? Now next, let me talk what's going on here. The reports are now suggesting, as a result of how many, unreviewed, or whatever the word might be, probably unreviewed cases that are still out there, they're projecting that at least 10 million more people will be losing Medicaid coverages as a result of this. This would bring that total number to around 15 million. Now remember, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, back when this was just starting, back in March and April of this year, I was coming back during that time giving you reports saying, according to the analysis, it looks like anywhere between about 6.3 and 25 million people are going to be losing coverages. Well, we're basically at the lower end of that threshold already, and they've only processed a very small percentage of the total 93 million people, okay? As a result of that, they're projecting around the 15 million people in total are going to be losing Medicaid coverages as a result of this. Is that pretty impactful? Yeah, that's pretty impactful, right? That's a lot of people, considering there's 93 million people enrolled. So the number could even get bigger than that, but that is just what they're speculating as of right now. Another 10 million to go that'll probably be losing coverages, okay? Now again, let me share with you that statistic that I shared with you earlier. According to the reports here, they're finding 70%, or 7 out of every 10 people that are being unenrolled or disenrolled from Medicaid is because of improper paperwork. Let me explain really quickly and why I'm pounding the table on this and why I'm making such a big deal about this, because this directly relates to you, your benefit, your coverages, stuff like that. Very important stuff, and this could be avoided for the vast majority of people. So here's what's happening. Your state, depending on which state you're located in, most states are sending out some kind of paperwork to you, asking you to fill it out in its entirety and send it back promptly, okay? Now, when I say promptly, generally, if you can, within the next couple days after you get it, try to get it back as quickly as you can so you can lock in your coverages, okay? But basically what they're doing is they're sending out paperwork and asking all beneficiaries to fill out this paperwork to remain covered by Medicaid. They're going to review everybody. That is the plan, to review literally every single person who's enrolled in Medicaid. The whole purpose of this is to go through the paperwork and take out the people who are not eligible based on a variety of criteria, including income. That is another big thing right there. Well, if you're a fixed income beneficiary, you probably don't need to worry about the income. You're probably within the thresholds of being covered by Medicaid, okay? Not everybody. I'm just simply saying if you're a low-income fixed income beneficiary, or you're somebody that's working part-time or low income, and if you have dependents, there's probably a very high likelihood that you're actually eligible for this, okay? So here's what they're asking. Fill out the paperwork in its entirety, okay? Here's the problem. Let's just say that there's 3 pages, okay? I don't know how many pages there are. It could be different with each individual state. I'm just saying. Let's just say, for example, there's 3 pages. Here's what they're finding. In some instances, maybe the 3 pages that are sent out, only 2 are returned. Well, as a result of that, the person is dropped. Okay, well, just because of 1 piece of paper missing, it simply means the person was dropped from their coverages. The other issue that I'm seeing a lot is the paperwork goes out. Let's just say that there's 50 questions on it. And again, I'm not really sure how many questions there are in total. I'm just simply telling you, let's just make this example saying there's 50 questions. Maybe 45 of them are answered, or 40 of them are answered, and there's 5 or 10 of them that are not answered because maybe it's a confusing question, and a lot of times, you might not know all the answers. So the person leaves it blank. Unfortunately, that results in an unenrollment, okay? A disenrollment. So that's not good. And they continue to find that 7 out of 10 people, 70% of the people, according to the reports here, are losing coverages, not because they're not eligible, but because missing or paperwork that is not filled out in its entirety, okay? Very important, okay? Anyways, want to make a big deal about this. And again, I know I'm talking over, I'm just reiterating all this stuff. I'm saying it over and over because it's such a big deal. They continue to say that all these people, the vast majority of people that are being unenrolled, are actually eligible, but the reason that they're losing coverages is because the paperwork was not filled out in its entirety, or all the paperwork was not included when it was sent back to the office, okay? That's pretty important, okay? Anyway, that's why I want to make such a big deal about this, because if you're somebody who is low income, if you're somebody who is enrolled in Medicaid, one of the 93 million people, you're going to be getting some kind of communication at some point. If you haven't gotten it already, you're going to at some point. So here's the thing. A lot of the states at this point should have already sent out paperwork to you. If they haven't sent it out yet, be on the lookout for it. You'll be getting some kind of paperwork. Now, I have also read previously that 13 states apparently are doing this online or digital. Why they're all not doing it? Not really sure. That seems super weird that they're not just doing it online because it's a lot easier and faster, and then we don't have to worry about mail not being delivered properly or all the pieces not being there and stuff like that. If they just did it digitally, it'd be way faster, it'd be way easier, and then of course everything is accounted for rather than potentially being lost or missing pieces and stuff like that. So anyway, I want to bring this to your attention. I guarantee you I will see many more reports about this. There's a lot of stuff out there. In fact, I would say this much: every single day when I'm doing research, I see at least 1, 2, maybe 3 reports every single day that comes out and highlights one specific state. Pennsylvania lost 600,000 people. Iowa lost 250 people. Missouri lost, whatever, 75,000 people in this one large city or whatever like that. I see these reports every single day. They're talking hundreds of thousands of people in select cities or select states just losing coverages so far. I see these reports literally every single day. So anyway, we want to look at the big picture here. How many people across the entire country are we looking at here? A lot, right? Millions upon millions. Anyway, if there's anything I can do to help you through this, let me know down below in the comment section. If I need to make another dedicated video here and elaborate further, I can certainly do that for you. No problem whatsoever. Let me know what I can do for you. That's what I'm here for, okay? I do a ton of research on this stuff. In fact, there's so much information that I read every single day that I research that I don't even share with you in these videos. There's a ton of stuff that I look at every day that doesn't even make it into these videos because I find like, hey, there's, 70 different reports here I've read in the last, half of a day here or whatever. I've read all these different reports. There's maybe like 3 of them that I feel like are worthy of talking about. And maybe of those 3, I maybe boil it all down into one video, and maybe I talk about all 3 reports in one single video. My point is, most of the stuff that I read and I research every day, I don't even talk about here. Either way, there's a lot of stuff out there. I want to bring it to your attention. And if I can help anybody avoid losing coverages, well, first off, it's going to avoid a huge headache. I can tell you that much, because this is going to be a major pain to try to re-enroll in these benefits after somebody has been dropped. And you're probably not going to know you've been dropped right away until you find out, like, you go to the doctor, you go to the pharmacy, you go somewhere and try to get something done, and they say, hey, sorry, you're inactive here. You're not covered, okay? That's not a good situation. We do not want that to happen. So anyway, that's why I'm making such a big deal about this. This is something that's going on right now, and I wanted to bring it to your attention really quickly. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends from my social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, have a good one, and catch you.